Hello everybody, and it's Mossy, and today I will be explaining some different types of knitting needles. So we have the little classic ones we always see in the cartoon, you know, old lady knitting. We have the straight needles, and you can make squares and all that good stuff with it. You can make scarves, anything that is square, rectangle, that type of stuff. And now we have little double-pointed knitting needles. For these, you would do stuff kind of in the round. Usually they're typically for making sweaters or this little hat that I had made here recently. That kind of stuff. Usually they'll either come in packs of 4. This came in a pack of 4. Or they'll even come in packs of 5. It varies. It's either 4 or 5. It's usually not any more than that. And lastly, for a different type of knitting needle, we have circular knitting needles. And note, these are all the same size. It's just these are different colors. What this is, it has a little cable here. Some of them are softer, and this one's pretty tough. And if you have interchangeable ones, you can screw these off, and you can change them. See, that can just come off right there. Circular needles, you can definitely, these are for making things in the round, but however, you can make squares and things and all that type of good stuff, and a lot of knitters, they love circular knitting needles because, for one thing, if you're making something and, you know, you're over there knitting and you're in a close vicinity of somebody else, you'd be kind of hitting them with your knitting needle. And circulars, I think they're a little more compact, and they're more versatile than, per se, these ones. And, well, these ones are pretty versatile, but not unless they're all together and all that stuff. So you can knit in the round, squares, rectangles, whatever. And this little red case here is actually a set of interchangeable knitting needles, and it's a pretty cool little set that I got for Christmas one year. Now, different sizes of knitting needles. Let me open this case back up again. So, knitting needles, they go by numbers. And it'll say, like, for instance, these little silver needles, they're US 2, US 3, 4, 5, my 6, I don't know where that's at, 7, 8, and these are the 8s right here, 9, 10, 10 and a half, 11, I believe, 13, and 15. As you can see, the higher the number, the bigger the needle gets. It's a pretty old, rough knitting needles. These are my first ever knitting needles. These are a US 10. What? Oh my gosh. See, these are 10s. And then these are 8s. And as you can see, if we compare them, one is bigger than the other, and the 10 is bigger. Now for smaller needle sizes, like 2 and 3, you would want to use thinner yarn. And for bigger needles, you would want to use thicker yarn. So, yeah. And there's all your different types of knitting needles and different sizes and all that good stuff. So, anyway, thanks for watching and happy stitching.